All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I need to ask. I need to ask immediately if the audio is good on music. Because my audio software updated recently and it kind of broke everything and I had to reset it. So hopefully it's correct. Maybe it's a bit quiet. Oh, there you go. It wasn't turned on. So yeah, let me know if the audio is good. It might be quiet, but we'll get into the game in a bit. Why am I here? Looking at the remix settings. So today I'm playing Rivulet, and I'm doing a new. Well, it's sort of a new, sort of an old category. If you were around like 6 or 7 months ago, I did some streams of moon percent runs. Basically, the goal is just to get to moon as fast as possible. They tend to be pretty short categories, kind of like any percent. Since there's no other requirements, you don't need to like go to Pebbles or go like do whatever else there is in the story. You just go to moon, and that's the run, right? It can take a little while because you have to go through shoreline, and that's a little bit of an annoying region. But we're Rivulet, of course, so Rivulet has some ways to go faster. Am I still sick? I guess a little bit. I don't feel sick until I start talking, and then there's like 5% of it. So I have a bunch of mods enabled now. I'm going to be using these mods. I want to try to optimize the movements a little bit more. So anyway, there's been a little bit of interest in this run recently, which made it an official category. Which all that really means is that it's on the leaderboards now, and you can submit a run. And so there's been a decent amount of other people who have done the run as well, so it probably would have helped for me to watch their runs as a reference. Which I have not done. Oh, something. Okay, this is completely unrelated to what I was just talking about. There's apparently this rule with Twitch. It might only apply to Twitch, people with Twitch affiliate, which I don't have. But it's basically saying if you have a chat that's on screen, it's whoops, I just looped through that room. If chat is on screen, it has to be you have to have Twitch chat on screen, and you have to focus you have to like actually pay attention to Twitch chat. it's kind of worded funny. Basically, they just want it so that if you're streaming on multiple platforms, the priority is Twitch and not any of the other ones, right? Which actually means that I probably wouldn't be able to go through with my plan of having the YouTube chat on screen. Or no. It was the opposite, right? I was gonna have the Twitch chat on screen because YouTube chat gets archived. So actually, never mind. It works out. But if I did want to have YouTube chat on screen, I would have to also have the Twitch chat on screen and then read the Twitch chat messages, which actually, it also means that you can't combine the chats. So if I had like one combined chat that mixed the messages together, that wouldn't be allowed because that means that the YouTube messages might get in the way of the Twitch messages. Which is kind of funny. Also, I think it's faster to sleep in this shelter rather than the one up in drainage. Because it's like right here, right? Or you can't see the mouse, sorry. The shelter is right here, so there's like no extra distance that you need to travel, as opposed to the other shelter, which is it's also pretty close, but it's you have to go through at least one pipe. And so I have seen, actually I have not seen the upper garbage waste route. Is it faster or is it safer? I think what I heard is that it's safer. you skip the red centipede. And maybe some like scavengers or something like that. But I don't care about that. I'm sorry. I will try it out and see if it can be faster, but if it's not, then I'm not going to spend too much time with that. So I assume you mean going up this path right here. And maybe there's some extra points that you can implement. So this run is really interesting. Oh great, it popped before I could do the jump. Part of what makes this run interesting is because of Plinks. Because Rivulet has this funny ability to jump out of water at absurd speeds. So if you're in a big open room with water, you can use that to cross the room basically instantly. So that makes shoreline really fast, but garbage waste, of course, you can't really do that underground. Maybe let's see if I try it in this room, right? Yeah, I went down too quickly. Maybe if I like hit a ceiling and perfectly went like horizontally, I don't know. It doesn't really work out. Maybe there's like some weird spot where it would work out, but Plinks are so inconsistent, it's hard to make a consistent route. Okay, I'm bad. Also, these rooms are hard to move through. They are just a very uneven terrain. You might like accidentally wall jump backwards. So it's gonna take a while to like figure out a good movement for these rooms. I did find some tech here where you do that. Oh, it's probably also a good idea to grab one of those pearls earlier to pay the toll. Now, paying the toll is it's optional. You don't need to pay the toll if you can run past the scavengers fast enough. This is the wrong toll. Wait, why did I go this way? This is all the wrong direction. So here down here, here's where you can do the backflip. Well, maybe I could do not that. I kind of like that. Let me try this room again. I have to jump from higher than I thought. That was actually too high. Hey, this is garbage waste music. It's a little bit hard to hear over the sound of water. Yeah, I do like that wall bounce. So this room is difficult. I think the easiest way to do it is a wall bounce like this. See, it's still difficult. There we go. So that wall pounce. You line it up like right here. A little higher than that. You know what's funny? You know what's so funny? If you go to Andrew's channel, let me open this up actually. Andrew FM's. The developer, or I think the main developer of Downpour. They have some trailer videos of the Downpour. Or no, was it this one? Am I thinking of the right video? Or was it another one? It's even older than that. So 7 years ago, this channel uploaded a video that was like a trailer of the More Slowcats mod. And in this video, at the very end, they showcase Rivulets. And what is Rivulet doing? They're wall pouncing. They're doing like the backflip into a wall pounce. Like they're doing the tech 7 years ago. Isn't that funny? I also wonder if I can do a wall pounce like here, but this is like so close to a wall in the weird spot. It's hard to like that was a lot of setup for. Andrew literally made Rivulet, so I think that they played them at some points, probably. Hello, welcome to the stream. This room is awful, but yeah, don't worry about it. So normally there would be scavengers here, right? I don't know if that wall pounce is good, if I want to do like a backflip, because that's also pretty clean. That wasn't. I actually saw the wall pounce stuff pretty early. I was aware of Rivulet's power the whole time. Shrub, you missed like 2 minutes ago when I discovered something really funny. Also, I need food. I don't know what the best food routing is for this region. I think maybe here. These bubble fruit, but then like that makes the plink less consistent. And I need like, yeah, I dropped the fruits. I don't know if I want to do the plink in this room. Unless I want to eat somewhere else. I don't know what the other runners are doing. I don't even remember what I did in my run. Whoops, that's them. For whatever reason, I've gotten way more consistent app links recently, so that's nice. It's kind of hard to explain what exactly is what's going on. So here's shoreline, here's the funny region. There's a little bit of a risk when doing movement with these bubble fruits because they could pop instantly, and then you just fail your movement. Anyway, this water is a bit RNG because it goes up and down, and we're starting quite low. So you might not get enough heights up against the water. That was good. Probably go too far. That's perfect. Shrub, what I was saying earlier is if you go to Andrew FM's channel, and like 7 years ago, they released like a trailer for the Morris Lookouts mod. And in that video for Rivulets, they do a bunch of wall pounces. Like these kinds are, I can't really do it well in this room, but you know, the big kind of wall pounces like this. It's always been a thing for Riv. It only took like 5 years for it to be utilized. Oops, that was actually not ideal, but... This room sucks, because there could be a bunch of salamanders right there. Did I figure out movement for this room? Was it slide pounce here? Pretty small platform. That's good if I could do it immediately. I don't know. I don't think I have a keybound for resetting a room right now. Like if I was like trying to run and like do this, I have to stop moving to do a slide pounce here. But that is pretty efficiently get across the gap right there. double plank. I will get to that room in just a little bit. I will explain my strategy there. Yeah, I think it's worth doing a 5 pounds there. Anyway, here we are. Here's the room. Okay, so from this spot you can do a plank. Just kidding. They are still difficult, and these jetfish will try everything they can to make your life miserable. It is their only purpose. And then they also make the water really chaotic, so I think that might also make the plank more difficult. I don't know. So most likely you will land about on this screen, which is you know, around here, like past this little platform, this little island, somewhere on these 2 screens is where you're likely to land from a plank. But then that means you have to cross 1, 2, 3 more screens to get here, right? So ideally you do another plank, right? But doing another plank can be really difficult here, especially if you're bad like me. The jetfish like to jump out of the water to push you off the platform. So ideally you do the plank first, right before the jetfish get time to mess with you. So you do a plank, you land here, and then you like do another plank. Even that wasn't that good, but you know, it was faster than nothing. There's some alternatives. The first one is doing 2 planks in a row. It's possible, like that. That was actually pretty lucky getting in that first try. This is really inconsistent. I should set a checkpoint right here. Sorry for the don't like the flashing screen. Whoa, that was so. Actually, that was really bad. This is like, you really don't want this to happen. But you get the idea, right? That was actually a really good angle. That basically perfectly sent me over here. Okay, maybe it is consistent. I'm getting it like every attempt somehow. Yeah, not that one. That was a really good angle. So you see what happened there? If you just get a good angle, you actually get it here in 1 plank. Because what's happening at the very top of the room, like way up here, there's a ceiling. It's the same ceiling that squid get stuck on when they fly up into the sky. Because the room is not infinite. I don't know if this is like a limitation or like put here on purpose, or if just like the bounds of the room just have collision and they just set the bound really high, so it's an open sky for the vultures to fly around, right? But if you plank directly upwards, let me try to do this. Hello? If you plank directly upwards, you like see how quickly I'm like, for how fast I'm going, I should stay in the air for a long time, but I end up going down really quickly. That's because I'm hitting the ceiling and it cancels all of your speed instantly. So if you do an angle like this, that was a really good water bounce, but that didn't actually go that far, right? That only made it to this screen because I hit the ceiling. It was that steep of an angle, right? But if you try to get a really, like, that was a pretty low angle. See how much further? That was way further. So there's some sort of sweet spot, some sort of angle where it's, it just barely doesn't hit the ceiling, and you keep way more of that speed. A way to control the speed is to do a backflip, because when you do a backflip, you can still do a plank, but your rotation is changing constantly, right? So if you time it well, you can basically enter the water right as you're facing upwards. It's quite difficult. That was sort of what I was going for. That was pretty much exactly what I wanted. It basically puts you right here every time. It does stun you for a long time, but it's probably faster than landing way further back. So this is maybe the fastest way to do this room, to get that really low angle point. But also you could try to like, there's some other ways to try to mess with your angle, like pressing down earlier. That was also pretty good without doing the backflip. You do need to be facing up though, so you can't just like crouch into it. There's a funny thing that you can try to do, which is chaining points together. Oh, that was really consistent. I landed on the platform. There's nothing stopping you from plinking as many times as you can, unless there is some sort of inherent randomness to plinks. I have one time I have done a ploink that landed directly into this pipe. I've gotten the angle that lands you right here. The problem is that you're moving so fast, you're likely to clip through the wall. Which is what happened. I just clipped straight through. So maybe if I was holding a directional input, I would like automatically enter the pipe. Or maybe you're just moving so fast and you stun yourself that you just get sent through the wall. Autonomy Corporation mentioned. See, sometimes you just kind of get the angle, and it works so well without really doing much else. What if I do like a turnaround speed boost? Actually, there's not enough space for it. Plank right from here. The problem is that jumping out of water is a huge pain. I really struggle with it. Maybe there's some sort of heck, but this is like really difficult. As I do it twice in a row. Anytime I try to route in this kind of like high jump out of water into a speedrun, it fails horribly every time. There's actually nothing stopping you from if you do one plank, ideally don't land on that. Do one plank and then jump out of the water and just do a second plank, right? You could just do that. But sometimes you'll like try to like jump out of the water and you just like won't be able to get enough heights, or you won't be able to start the plank, and you just kind of end up like flailing around in the water like this. And that wasn't even a very good angle. I think I like the idea of trying to optimize the shallow angle. So they're like trying to jump to like this height, roughly. Yeah, that's really good. You get stunned for a year. Man, my voice is still not great. I do kind of want to, I'm kind of interested in the double plank. Like if you do end up getting a bad angle, maybe you should go for this as a backup. That was just backwards. Also, I wonder if that like water bounce is potentially a consistent strategy. I know that there's consistent setups for like Survivor. I hope you're not actually 10 and I'm gonna have to ban you. Yo, dev tools are so inconsistent. I can press the button like 10 times and it doesn't work. Oh, I think trying to do a blink there. Trying to do that blink actually canceled my speed. But sometimes you get sent further down. Oh, see, that was a good angle. That was really good. Did I bounce off the wall that far? That was a completely unnecessary point. I think ideally you would land like right here. Or you would land here and like do a roll pounce to cancel the fall damage. I think that's just so like it's probably fastest on average to just go for the furthest point you possibly can. Because if you're a bit low, then you're gonna have to like cross a few screens of water that is pretty slow. If you go too far, you just get stunned for like 5 seconds. Like that was pretty good, because then you can do a slide pounce. I don't know if I want to do the backflip thing, because it feels inconsistent. Because this is what happens most of the time. You get a plink that goes like down into the water, or you don't get the plink at all, or you know. So I'm not all that consistent with you know, it doesn't seem that consistent. Maybe holding, because I've usually been letting go of other directional inputs. Maybe if I keep holding to the right, it will be a better angle. There continues to be. Huh. That was. Wait, I guess if you're underwater. That wasn't a good angle at all. That was backwards. I continue to feel like it's not very consistent. And then, yeah, this is so slow. I got my head stuck. Maybe there just is some timing. I didn't even try to roll there. I feel like I did the same thing and it just sent me up. Okay, this feels like the best setup. Jump, hold right the whole time, press down around here. A little bit higher up than you would normally. Like, that was perfect. That was pretty much exactly what I wanted. Oh my goodness. That was a wall pass. I still got stunned from that. I'm just curious. I wonder how many of you guys oh yeah, the waves probably mess with things too. Do any of you have the same game on multiple different devices? And if you do, then what is the reason behind that? Because I don't really use consoles. Pretty much only on PC. It's like if I'm getting a game, it's a PC game, and there is no like other platforms to get it on. And if it is another if it's like a console exclusive, probably like on the Switch, then that's the only place to get it, right? Like I have played like Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild before. It's not like I can get those on PC. I guess, like, let's say hypothetically I played Breath of the Wild on the Switch and I was like, this is a really good game, but I just don't like that it's on the Switch. I would want to get it on PC if it released on there, right? But I feel like I'm always like, I already can play the game on Switch, so I don't need to get it. Didn't have a good computer. Oh, because Minecraft multiplayer is like such a mess. And on the Bedrock version, which is like consoles and well, it's also on PC, but there's like the Java edition too. But on Bedrock, there's like super easy multiplayer where you just like join your friends online. And it's just like that. It's super easy and seamless. But on Java, it's like, oh, you can't do that. You have to like buy these like realms, which let you host servers yourself, or you have to like figure out your own way to host a server. Or like do some sort of like direct connection thing. It's like every single method is like, it's more complicated than it needs to be. Than like every other game where it's just like, oh, find like your friend on Steam and join them, and that's it, or something like that. I'm going to try the slide bounce thing. Because I'm intrigued. It might not work since technically you're in a different state when you're in a slide bounce, but I guess that same thing applies to backwards. It looks like maybe you don't approach the water with enough speed. You end up bouncing off of it more than entering the water, which is what you want for a point. I'm gonna try from up here. See, this looks like it works. But by the time you get to the water, you're facing downwards. So if you do get a blink, it's just gonna send you down into the water like that. So I think this seems to be the most consistent setup for a pretty low angle point. Consistent, I say. Whoa. That was unintentional. So that was only one screen away. Actually, that wasn't great either. That was really good. I think that's the approach I'll go with. Anyway, time to move on to the rest of the run, aka move. Hey, you could do a plank in here too. Maybe slide pounce. Ooh, hold on. I like that one. Don't press R when you have dev tools enabled. Look at that. Can I get hold on, this is kind of crazy. Can I get a boost? Wait, I'm doing this. This is how I'm gonna do this room. And this run. I need to get better at the slide bounce though. This has like one more tile of space than the other. I think this is really funny. And you get a really good boost out of the water afterwards. And ideally you jump like up there, but that's a really hard angle to get. And I don't know what the best approach for this is. Not that. I'm gonna eat this rock. Oh, I had a pearl. I don't have throw movements on. Yippee. So obviously that doesn't achieve anything. This probably doesn't work either. That almost works. I bet that would work at the throw boost. Very close. Like, do you even want to be here? Because now you have to climb through these tunnels pretty slowly. If I do a pounce like normal, that's actually not enough. Okay, it is if you press up. It also takes a while to swim through here. I wonder if I could do like a... Oh, but the pole hop. This is like a really annoying spot for a pole to be. So I want a wall pounce and then pole hop to maintain the wall pounce speed. Like that. Exactly like that, except that was way harder because it was on the lower platform. I guess if I had an item, would this be easier? These obviously won't work. Oh, but then I'm at a weird angle. If I approached from up here, I could try to do a slide. Oh, there's just like not enough space for a slide bounce. That's really fast. I didn't mean to get that. If I did a pounce, no, okay, set a checkpoint here. Stop wasting time. That doesn't make it, but this probably does. So this is another alternative, or maybe. So I think what would work is a E-slide. Oh, that's annoying. E-slide into a backflip. That's pretty good. That might be better than going onto the pole. Another alternative. If I got down here, if I came down from this direction from the water, I could do a plunk. +1 plunk to the run, like this. Ah, come on. Why is it so difficult? Like, I could do that. I really like the E-slide on this platform. I feel like if I wanted to get here quickly, I'd probably want to approach from the bottom. Right? So, like, go down here. Maybe, like, try to... Oh, okay, reset the checkpoint. Checkpoint. Like that seems like a decent plan, right? That kind of routing. I wish I had infinite rocks so I could try to throw boost consistently. I could enable the mod, but it's not a huge deal. I want to be able to like Okay, that was pretty good. That was about 11 seconds. Let me just try some other alternatives that maybe don't require items. Like what you can do is you can backflip up here. This already feels way slower. I mean, it wouldn't be if I was doing it better, but... yeah, that can't be better. What if I did a slide pounce from this platform? You take fall damage, so... that kind of works well. That was a really elegant dive into the water. This is an annoying jump. Maybe if I was in this pipe. Like what if I did yeah, that doesn't work. Just do a yeah, I think what I do here is pretty good. I don't know if it's the best option possible. Especially if you don't get a good jump onto this platform. It's pretty decent. That doesn't work either. I guess. How did I not take damage from that? As a backup, if you really, really need to and you don't have another way to get back up here, you could do a plank. Even though it's inconsistent from that drop. Because at least you can grab onto poles very consistently. Well, that's just because Survivor is the best character, so it's actually correct. I haven't played much Rain Meadow. I guess if I really want to. I hate that pole hop. If this pole wasn't here, this would be so much easier to do that exact thing that I just did. Plus pole hopping across the rest of the distance. I guess if you really need to, you can just do this, right? But this already feels like a lot slower. I haven't played much Rain Meadow, and I wish I could. Let me actually check the mod. Maybe it's received an update. But it's still just a little bit too inconsistent to play story mode. Yeah, I don't think there's any changes. Rain Meadow developers, please fix story mode. I'd like to be able to play the campaign and not have it crash or loop on itself or what was the other problem? Oh yeah, if someone dies, if anyone dies and their body's just like out in the open, you can't go through gates because you're technically still waiting for them to get to the gates, right? What was that tech? Why am I bad at this E-slide? Parry fix for Ravina? Oh no, Spearmaster's gonna become the meta. 2 spears always beats 1. Okay, I think I've done this room enough. But that is the biggest problem. It is hard to, if you have a group of people, say if I were streaming and I wanted like 8 people to join, it's like, hey guys, can 8 people join and just we play the game? One person, like our goal is like to get somewhere, right? As is like usually the goal in Rain World. We want to get to Pebbles. Someone dies and like, oh, we have to all shelter. And then we try to get to the gates again, and oh, someone dies, time to go back to the shelter. And just repeat that until everyone can make it to that shelter, or to that gate without dying. Better hosting. They have to make a mod to fix another mod. Wow, they actually did. Okay. If this mod actually works, I might play Meadow again soon. Which is like, why is this a separate mod and not just part of Rain Meadow if someone's fixed the problem already? Other people can quit the lobby. I mean, I'd rather it just be seamless and just work normally, as you'd expect. It'd also be really cool if you could go to separate regions, and this would obviously make things way more complicated, but basically make it so that every time someone is in a unique region, they become the host of that region if there are other slug guts around, right? So, let's say we have 3 people. They all start in outskirts. One person goes to industrial, and the other ones stay in outskirts. The other person in industrial is just playing single player at that point. They're just in industrial, they're just doing things, whatever. Maybe there's some amount of sync with the other players, like scavenger like reputation and stuff, like, but that only needs to be set like at the beginning of the cycle, like one time. And then I am going to be playing more, by the way. And then when one of the outskirts players gets to industrial, they just sync up with the world state of the person in industrial, and the person in industrial becomes the host essentially. And then the person in outskirts keeps the world state as it was, but they are now single player. So they are no longer getting information from the host, they are the host for whatever the world state was in at that moment. Hello, I'm talking about Rain Meadow right now. Honestly, well, whenever I say like, oh, we can play Rain Meadow or some multiplayer later, then everyone leaves before we get around to it. Yeah, the thing is that it's meta mode. If meta mode had items, it would be so good. It would allow for so much more speedrun tech and interaction between players. Like, you'd be able to hit each other with spears if you wanted, like, some like PvP games. Like, imagine a game where you had to like hunt some flavor of hunting other slug cats across the entire map, right? And maybe you get hints like what region they're in, or like where they're traveling or whatever, so that it's not impossible to find them, right? And so you, as the hider, you have to hide from someone who's hunting you, who could be anywhere in the whole map, right? And then when they do find you, like, there's a chase, like, they have to catch up with you and hit you with a spear or something. Yeah, but tag mode, the tag game mode is exclusive to a single region, right? And even something as like simple as like someone is chasing you and you go into a gates to escape them, but they follow you, so now they're chasing you in a new region, right? That can't happen when you're in one place. I just, just being able to do movement tech would be nice. Like E-slides and throw boost and, that kind of stuff. And all I need to do is just make it so that spears sync. Like if you stab a spear into a wall, or I guess the like rocks and stuff on the floor. But honestly, if that was all client side, it would be totally fine. The only thing that would need to be synced up is if like whenever a player throws an item, it's like it can hit other players, right? if you enable an option for that. Rainbow manhunts. That was a lot of people's idea when Meadow first came out. Like, hey, we can do that game. Just one speedrunner versus hunters. It's actually, hold up, let me talk about that game. So what was the origin of that game, Minecraft? I guess it's not too crazy of an idea to have like one person run away from multiple hunters, right? But the specific format of like one person trying to speedrun the game and other people trying to hunt them down and prevent them from doing that. Plus they are probably more equipped, right? Did that originate in Minecraft? Okay, I don't want to mention the person. I'd rather not. I'm actually more familiar with Hollow Knight. Some Hollow Knight YouTubers got together and did a bunch of videos like that. Which is, you know, it also makes sense because Hollow Knight has a lot of upgrades. Plus, that water bounce is really annoying. It has a lot of upgrades. It has an interesting speedrun, right? So it's kind of fitting. How would it work for Rainworld? Because I feel like the concern with Rainworld is that it's so linear that once the speedrunner gets ahead, gets a lead. You know, once they're like ahead of the hunters, they just can't be caught ever. And you would have like 2 chances to get ahead of them. Like let's say we did Pebbles percent. You know, Pebbles percent is basically like you start in outskirts, you go up to Pebbles, and then you go back to outskirts and then go down to the depths, right? So I guess the hunters could stop you on your way up to Pebbles and on your way down to the depths, but those are the only chances that they get. Plunk storage? I don't know how to do plunk storage. I don't even really know what you're referring to. So I don't have an answer for that, but I wouldn't recommend plunks anywhere indoors. Or I guess in pipes. Maybe not a speedrun category. I think the 100% is maybe more interesting, trying to get passages, because you could just run away just for the sake of running away, but you can still complete some of your goals, right? It could be a bingo. Bingo multiplayer would be very cool, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. Unless Meadow mode gets compatibility with expeditions. Then that'd probably make the whole process a lot easier. Oops, skill issue. I should do a roll pounce here. I did not mean to go up there, but it just happened. I need to find the lineup for this wall pounce. Or maybe I should do okay, what was that angle? Hello? Ooh, that's kind of good too. See, that was so clean, but also I really like the other wall pounce. Like that's also pretty clean, right? And you don't need to set up on a very small platform to do it. Wall pound storage? Okay, are you just making that up? Pilgrim. So trying to get all the echoes. Huh. Okay, if you want to try to mess around with that, link storage, go ahead. I think I'm good. Anyway, for this room, I found another trick to do E slide. This is also very difficult. do an E slide and then wall pounce right there. But this platform is really small, so it's hard to start the E slide. Like that, basically. Or you could plank. If you find a way to stay up there, it would also be a lot slower, so don't do that. Oh, that can also happen. That, I don't like that. Every other time I've tried that, it worked out pretty well. So I'm not happy to see that there's a way that it can go horribly wrong. Maybe just do it a little bit later. That was too... Oh, great. They both got pinned to the wall. Okay. I know the timing now. That was too low. Because there's like multiple steps here. I think it's like, if you pounce too high, it's bad. If you pounce right in the middle, it's good. If you pounce too low, you just miss the platform completely. That was too low. That also looked low enough. Incorporate Rain Meadow into the Watcher. There's a possibility. I don't know how I'd feel about that though. I guess it'd be nice. Console players could join too. But also, I feel like that would add a lot of development time and not much content. You know, because Rain Meadow is already a mod. And if they spend a lot of time... Like, I actually know that for Downpour, there was a decent amount of development time, maybe like an entire year, of trying to integrate all the mods together. Whereas, you know, originally it was just one mod. It was just, you know, the more Slugnuts expansion. Although I guess that also means that we would miss out on, like, the Jolly Co-op and the, you know, Expedition and, you know, all those other features that we got because of those mods that were combined together. You know, maybe the Watcher DLC was finished like a while back and they're like, oh, let's add Rain Meadow and you know, now things are delayed. You know, they're delaying the console release because it's difficult to get multiplayer to work. Actually, no, I don't think it's possible because Rain Meadow multiplayer works with Steam specifically. So they would either have to remake it completely with like their own servers or something like that. Or not servers, just like some sort of system for multiplayer that works cross-platform. That sounds very complicated, so I don't think it's very likely. Unless that is the reason for the console delay, which would kind of be unfortunate. I think it'd be better if they just released the DLC and waited, or just didn't even include the Rain Meadow at all, because it's still a mod that people can play, right? But I guess that would be nice for console players. I think I don't like this I no longer like that strategy because it has a chance of messing up everything up. So I probably preferred this wall pounce right here. So my visual cue is like this little bump on the pole, right when I reach the top of that. That seems to be good timing. Yeah. Yo, hold up. Oh, I can't slide again. But that pull hop is actually kind of sick. And yeah, this is a backflip spot for sure. Oh, this is that nice like wall pounce variation that we all love. Would it be better to land with another slide pounce? Lord of... It's kind of a mess. Also, this would probably also work if there were scavengers at the toll. You do this movement either way. I don't think I mind that too much. I kind of wish I could do a roll, like a roll pounce right there at the top of the platform. But some things aren't meant to be. Yeah, I've had creatures turned off this whole time, except for Jetfish. This also might be a good spot for an E-slide. Like right here. I know it wouldn't. It goes up immediately. I mean, most of the scavengers are like gonna be right here. And they only get mad at you once you pass this point right here. So by the time they get mad, you're going up. Like right now. So they'd be mad right now. And how are they gonna get me? They're only dangerous if there's scavengers up here, which is also a possibility. That's also very, that could happen. Oh, that was a funny series of movements. It's very likely that there are scavengers up here, so it's not completely safe, but it's safer than like being down here. I do like that slide bounce though. Now that these are bubble fruits, they also are annoying. I don't know how I should deal with food ratting. I might actually just eat food somewhere else. Just like just use dev tools. That's the easiest option, isn't it? Like, where is there fruits that I pass by in this run? There's some bubble fruit in this room, but they're slow. Nothing here. Nothing here. Okay, well, maybe it's just bubble fruits. Crouching vaults are really difficult, and I kind of hate them. I don't have any tips, sorry. I also struggle with cauldron vaults myself. I will try to do some here. Yeah, I cycle them. that is my advice. I don't know how to do it here. Actually, let's mess around with this a little bit. Let's take the top routes. Oops, dev tools, stop. Oh, if that worked. Wait, does this work? Ooh. Pause buffer. I don't know how that helps. Yeah, I don't understand. I like that. That's nice. And then here. Ooh, that also works? No, not if you get the bad one. Why don't you just climb the pole? Some people may be saying. Well, that'd be kind of boring, wouldn't it? And probably faster. What was that angle too? I find that, well, actually, that's true. Roof fastball climb, yeah. Let me just do that instead. Actually. So why I'm a little bit hesitant to take this route is because you're going backwards right now. I'm not just moving forward straight to the end. I have to take this roundabout path through the merchant, and now we're moving forward again, right? So I spent all that time going up just to take this route instead. And I can't even blink. Hold on, if I were to blink at this room, maybe I'd do it here. I don't even think the room is long enough though. Because how much did I skip from doing that? I skipped like 2 screens. I guess that's decent, right? This water this water is too shallow. This is also too steep of an angle. That's kind of a difficult plank to do. This water is probably too shallow, and also there's a big wall in the way. I guess you do a slide bounce here. Is that water bounce consistent? Kind of is. And now we're here. We don't get a convenience pearl to give to the scavengers, so if you're taking this route, you always need to just skip them or hope that it's the end of the cycle. Do I care about timing this? I guess I could use the room, this timer to time it. Do I want to write down that many numbers? I guess what else am I doing? Okay. So time to write down a lot of times. So I think these first rooms, also I need to open up chat again, sorry. Hey guys, welcome back. I don't think anyone said anything. Okay, so this is the room where things happen. I guess I'll turn on looping rooms and I'll just do a few runs. And just write down the best one until I get to the point where they sync up again. That's not a very good run. This is also not a very good run. You could probably do an E slide at the start of this room, I'm noticing. Like right here. Or maybe there's not enough space. And you jump too high. Okay, never mind. Kind of funny idea though. Okay, that was a good run. I'll probably write down this time, 8. I'm not going to get a better run than that for a while, so 14.3. I have to keep all... Oh, actually, it saves everything. That is exactly what I said, like a week ago. So, yeah, that was my theory. Also, I'm aware, I saw that Fury Forged uploaded a video about the Watcher ARG stuff, and I'm not watching it, and please don't say anything about that video. I think I've only been spoiled about like the first like 2 trailers and like a few of the first teasers, and that's when I decided to stop. So, you know, don't share any like information spoilers or like content spoilers for the Watcher. Just as a general rule for the next like few weeks. But yeah, that's what I assumed. That the content, the Watch will release with all of the content. So we'll be able to play through the game and then there's gonna be like some like hidden like some like ARG stuff, and that's maybe what they're gonna release later, or I don't know. Like maybe there's some sort of overarching puzzle where the PC release will have like half of the hints and the console release will have the other half of the hints, and then we'll combine them together to come to some conclusion that is probably has nothing to do with the game. Yeah, I'm not worried about the Watcher. I think at a minimum, the Watcher will be an 8 out of 10, just because it's Rain World. And that's if it's like kind of boring or uninteresting, right? I think just because it's new, it's gonna be interesting. So the first playthrough is gonna be pretty interesting, regardless. But maybe it's gonna be like Downpour where we play it and it's like, oh, this is fun, and then we keep playing and it's like, oh, here's a problem, oh, here's a problem, oh, that kind of doesn't line up. I don't think I really had any problems with Downpour when it first came out. It was mostly my experience of playing the game repeatedly like hundreds of times, which is what made me get annoyed by some of the inconsistencies, and also maybe some, mostly in terms of gameplay, but in terms of the story, just having so much time to sit around and talk about the story and be like, hey, there's some problems here. Well, okay, the fact that that can happen is annoying. Please, I would love this wall pass to be consistent. Don't worry about the rain. Wait, it resets the rain timer? Actually, I guess that makes sense because you're going back in time, so it wants to keep the time the same as it was at first. That's a really funny feature of the loop or the lap mod, but it's also annoying in this specific case. Okay, so that's about 3.6. I'm not gonna round them. Yeah, because it'll average out eventually. That's a mess. 3.2. Oh, stop doing wall pounces, man. .8. 0.8. 3.5. I'm just gonna say 3.5. Animal tech map? Like a mod? I'm aware that there's some people who are making a modded region that's focused on movement tech. I don't know if that's the same thing that you're thinking about, but I know that at least one of them exists. One Rain World map of that flavor. Okay, this is where things become messy. I already feel like restarting. Yeah, that's already annoying too. $15. Oh, not even a throw boost. Whoa, that's worth it. Okay, whatever this time is, I'm writing down. 13. If you go to speedrun.com and search up Rain World, you will see Rain World and you will see Downpour. And they are separate. They're completely separate, basically. If you have the More Slow Cuts expansion mod enabled, then you are running on the Downpour leaderboards. If you don't have that mod enabled, but you do have Remix on, or on 1.5 or like any of those other versions, if you don't have More Slow Cuts expansion, then you are playing on base game leaderboards. So if you want to see like you also, yeah, this is Moon percents. Our goal is to visit Moon as fast as possible, and that's it. I already did this room perfectly, so no reason to do it again. This is not a new idea, but a new category that was recently added to the leaderboards. So I'm running it because it's fun. Actually fun Rain World speedrun. It's kind of a miracle, actually. Okay, 3.5. A lot of rooms. I think the average room length is 3.5 seconds. Oops, that was not a good. That was about 10 seconds. Okay, 9.9 roughly. Sorry, this notepad is kind of covering the chat. The thing is, Rain World movement is always good. Rivulet's movement is especially fun. But Rivulet's campaign has problems with it. Like the fact that at the start of the run, you have to karma cache for 3 minutes and then get killed by a scavenger and have to redo those 3 minutes of doing nothing. Every single attempt. And then when you finally get out of drainage system, you go into the gutter and then you die to a Silent Lizard. And you restart the like 5 minutes purgatory and drainage again. And you repeat that for like 30 minutes until you finally get a run that gets to Underhang, where then you die to a DLL. Or something in the rocks, you know. But there's a few moments in between, like in the gutter when you like chain those wall pounces together, or in higher parts of Chimney, like where it's like this movement is so good. If it just didn't have all this other, you know, stupid stuff in it, it would be peak. And unfortunately, it's a very similar story for pretty much every single Downpour category. Like, oh man, I really like Artificer movement. It sure is fun to double jump around and do all this fun movement and navigate through these rooms, especially ones that go up most of the time. But you're gonna be stabbed in the head by a spear from scavengers like 200 times, or King Vultures. 100 Stories stays winning. I don't think I can agree with that. 100 Stories is a really cool category, definitely. But it also has this really fun section at the very end in Subterranean where you have to deal with just every single creature in the whole game. Like, deal with, like, scavengers showing up, maybe, and the kelp, and, like, 3 dropwigs, and then actually, like, 3 more dropwigs later, and then, like, a bunch of centipedes of various sizes. And then mole lizards, infiltration. Just deal with all of that. Plus you're carrying a jetfish. Or the fact that it starts in farm raids with like several centipedes that like to kill you immediately. That's just a slight annoyance, really. Farm raids and Sky Islands. Oh, that would have been good if I didn't wall pounce there. Speedruns are allowed to turn off shelter failures, so it's not something that we worry about at all. Even though it's one of the main mechanics for Rivulet's campaign. Did I already time this room? 9.9. I think I did. There's centipedes in here. Also, no random cycle duration, yeah. Because if you get really unlucky, you can get like a 3-minute long cycle and you just can't do anything. So this is an annoying room, but not that bad. Just hold rights and you get through it all. I mean, no random cycle duration is allowed for story percent. It's allowed for pilgrimage. It's allowed for moon percent. I don't think it's allowed for any percent, but you can make it. You can finish any percent even if you get the shortest cycle. It's actually ideal because it scares away the lizard's infiltration system. 4.3. This might have been better. 4.2. Okay, and then we make it to this room. I will also write down the time of this room, since it's technically starting from a different location. I wonder how many people have come up with this idea. Like, maybe the getting a pre-cycle is ideal because it gives you more cycle lengths to travel more distance. Unfortunately, it does not help. The random rains probably slow you down way too much. Plus, you can already get everywhere you want to go even without extra cycle lengths. You can make it from drainage system to the wall in a single cycle. It's possible. Just barely, and a lot of runners struggle with it at first, but once you get used to the movements, and if you get lucky with, or don't get unlucky with creatures, you can make it to the wall with no random cycle length. So you always get the full like 4 or 5 minutes, I think. I forget what it is. No, it's 4 minutes, yeah. Actually, that means the shortest possible cycle is like 2.5 minutes. Should be allowed for all runs. It would be really nice to disable random cycle length, and maybe also disable karma because it's annoying to karma cache. And maybe actually, while we're at it, let's disable creatures too, because they tend to add a lot of randomness and unpredictability to runs. Then I think that the rain road speedrunning community would be a lot better. Not community, just speedruns. Sorry, that's a slippery slope, but I don't know. I think it's like, oh, maybe we should make these like quality of life changes to make the speedrun better, but I don't know if we want to change everything about the game just for the sake of making the speedrun better. Because they are things that you have to deal with in the game. It is a game mechanic. I don't know. I guess you're saying that you'd also disable rain world and speedrun Celeste instead. You know what? Finally we have a good idea. Let's go back to the start. There are some situations where random cycles do cause problems. Like the really long runs like Monk Story or Hunter Story, where it's like you start at like the wall shelter and you need to get to like shaded. And if you get a short cycle, you can't make that trip in one cycle. And so the solution is just to exit out of the game and re-enter until you just get the right cycle length. And it loses like 2 seconds each time you do it. But I guess it's just not relevant enough. And there are occasions where you actually want a shorter cycle. Like for Pebbles percent. Ideally you get the shortest cycle possible so that by the time you make it up to the top of the wall, it's raining and then the white lizards run away. That's like optimal. If you get the shortest possible cycle. So then there should be an option to enable this always getting the shortest cycle length possible, right? That would be better for the speedrun. In that case, it mostly impacts newer runners who are struggling to make it up to the wall before it rains, you know. So, you know, there's some time inconsistencies because of the centipedes here. You're always going to see a red centipede in that room. That was 9 seconds roughly. Yeah, that was sick. 9.1. And for an extra challenge, that'd be kind of sick. Always have to rush to, like, basically be playing Rivulet all the time. That'd actually be kind of a cool challenge. Honestly, if someone made a mod that always set the cycle length to like 3 minutes, I would play that mod. Maybe even 2 minutes, honestly. I'd like to see how far I could push it. Okay. Wait, this is the right room, right? But did I just write down the same room number twice? Okay, so it's 8.5. Hello, welcome to the stream. This is what speedrunners do every single day. Imagine trying to like put effort into optimizing a speedrun. Oh, I really like the route that I took through this room. I didn't do it very well, but I think I'm going to try to keep replicating this. Not like that. Right, land on this platform, and then do this jump, and then a roll pounce here. Yeah, that was nice. 16.8. Could have been a little bit better, but that's a good baseline. That was 7.6. I tried to do a jump there. I don't think it's nice. Come on. I think I'm pressing jump too early. Or I'm not building up enough speed. That just wasn't a backflip. Why was that upside down? Hello? Nice one. Touch for plank. Obviously, you can plank in this room. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? I mean, just do that every time, consistently. How did I go upside down? Hello? That's a weird angle. I guess you have to press up, but if you press up, it grabs the pole, right? That's the problem there. Stop. Okay, that was good. 7.2. That was actually faster than the plank. I will try the plank a few times just for fun. Okay. Yeah, 5. I'm not doing that. That's not. No. Oh, okay. Please disable. Also, I have decided on this point or this wall pounce for this room. This is also a room you can do a plank in, but it's not ideal at all. Here, add the plank to the task. Okay, 8.6. Yeah, this is a very precise wall pounce. And that can happen. How's Centipede? How's it going? I think that's the best I'm gonna get that. 8.5. Are we already here? I have a feeling this route is faster. Just gonna say that now. How do you do this with creatures? Creatures have a pretty small impact on this run. You have to deal with a red centipede and scavengers and like leviathans, or salamanders are probably the base problem in Shoreline, but there really aren't that many there aren't that many creatures, and Rivulet is really fast, of course. Sorry about that. Yeah. Oh, jellyfish? Well, I don't have jellyfish disabled. I don't think they really get in the way that much. Okay, roughly 9.2. You can do a wall pounce here, but it's really difficult and not that worth it, I don't think. 8 point. How is that faster? Okay, that was, yeah, 8.3. And that's it, actually. Are there really only 6 brooms? I just got hella deja vu right now, but... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this route has to be faster. Calculator time. So bottom path is about a minute, 63 seconds. Top path is huh. 63 seconds. Let me just make sure I typed this correctly. Top path has more rooms, but a lot of the rooms are quite short. They're like only a screen long. Okay, so within some margin of error, they're exactly the same. I would actually say that kind of concludes that top path is probably better. Because I've practiced bottom path more than top path. And bottom path you have to deal with the centipede, right? Which is kind of annoying because I do like those wall pauses that I found. So that's cool. Honestly, I'm just gonna say it's up to your preference, but there's some preference for taking the top path, but they're actually kind of the same speed. I guess bottom path means you can grab a pearl real quick because there's lots of pearls just on the floor, right? Pick up a pearl, give that to the scavengers, right? Top path, you have to find your own way to deal with them. Maybe just run past them, right? Wow, that's funny. There's always this pearl as well, of course. Okay, don't do that one. Just do it. Just do a normal slide bounce. There's probably some value in trying to figure out how to consistently water bounce if you're gonna take top path, because there's a lot of situations you could do with slide bounce directly onto water. I mean, you could just throw the pearl and do your movement as normal, and maybe they pick it up before you cross the toll. If it doesn't take any effort at all to pick up a pearl and throw it to them, right? Thanks for plunking at every water puddle. Is there what room is it? Let me check the room number. There's one room where maybe a plunk is possible, but I couldn't really figure it out. Shoreline, or no, garbage wastes. D01. Actually, let's just go to that room. So first of all, trying to do a slide bounce here, very annoyingly, leads to you hitting your head. Oh, unless you maybe time it perfectly. Might look at the plank storage. Any like significant innovation on like top or bottom path could push it as the ideal route to take, right? If you find some way to do one of those lower rooms really well, or one of the top rooms really well, you know, that might make it the better path. One slightly faster movement could make the difference. I barely gained any distance from that. I guess that's worth doing. Let's use the lap mod. That's the not like that. Nope. The checkpoint back here, so I can just enter this real quick. There's a hotkey for teleporting you to the last shelter, or no, the last pipe with lap mod, but I don't have that bound to anything. That can happen. This would be really good with no stun, as like what just happened. That can happen too. Or okay, it finally happened. It's actually quite rare to die from a plunk. You have to be going down. Or I guess that was just low enough of an angle. Which one was it? Hello, I'm blind. There it is. So far, this feels way less consistent than anything in Shoreline. Because in Shoreline, you know, you have all of this space to plink, but here it's like this angle this is where we're trying to go, right? If you go slightly too high or slightly too far, it's all over, you know. And you can also go too far. I tried to roll pounds to cancel that. So what was that? That was 11 seconds. Let's do no point. Now, I don't know the movements for this room without a plink very well. I'm just gonna try going across the water the whole time. That is 14. Okay, so that's a little bit slower. Let's try to do a little bit more movements. Like going up here. If I had an item, I could do an EI jump there. That's probably slower though. Let's grab. Oh, there's a spear right there. But grabbing onto this is annoying. That sucked. That was not a good jump. That was ideal. Okay. So it seems like you either get a really good plink or you get a really good EI jump. Those are your options. Or I guess you lose like 3 seconds. So it's really not that bad to not do any movements in this room. But maybe like a perfect plink with no stun would be like 9 seconds, you know? That would be probably the best way to do this room if you got lucky with the plink. But it's only like 5 seconds difference between like the fastest and slowest strategy. So maybe that's not a huge deal. If the plink was more consistent, I'd be more interested in trying it. But, you know, you saw how many times I got stunned or something else happened. Oh, that's probably ideal. Yeah, that was no stun. Because that was just a slower plink, though. I don't really know if I could control that. I actually don't know what controls the speed of a plink. It seems to be random, but maybe, like, it's just chaotic, you know? There's a difference between those. Well, maybe they're functionally the same. Yeah, like maybe there is some influence over it, but it's such a tiny little, you know, sensitive thing that's like maybe like your like height in the water, or like if the water has like a wave in it, or, you know, timing of the jump, or some tiny thing like that, you know. Whoops. And then the backflip with no spin. That was pretty clean. That saves about half a second compared to my other run. I actually don't know what creatures spawn up here. Are there still Scion Lizards? Because that might make this route a lot less appealing. Although I guess it's still better than a red centipede. That's pretty fun. I like that movement. One sign that barely ever shows up, that's great. How it should always be, really. Why do they put so many slime lizards in garbage wastes? Like, you would think garbage waste is such a unique place, it should have its own lizard variants, right? Like, this is where all the karma lizards should be, really. In the garbage where they belong. But no, you have to put slime lizards in here. Like, they belong up in the skies, you know? So, the plunk in this room, it's probably faster than doing normal movements, but you drop whatever items you're carrying. So if you're trying to bring some food into the next shelter, you have to eat them before this point, right? I don't know where to eat food, or if you just get some like random bubble fruit. Like at the beginning of garbage wastes. I don't know. Food routing is like the one thing that I'm not entirely sure about. This popcorn would take too long. Oh, that was actually pretty clean. I guess there's also food in this room, but you're not gonna get those blue fruit up there. Yeah, there's a lot of random bubble fruit, but it just takes a long time to pop. It takes a long time to pop, and if you like try to spam grab to pick it up, you might like accidentally pick up a rock. You might, you're just focus on doing that instead of doing movements. So it's a little bit annoying. But there's probably some spot to do it, I guess. Let's move on to shoreline. Actually, I think after this, I will do a few attempts of actual runs. I like that, I like how many people are interested in this category. We have at least like 4 people, or 4 or 5 people trying to like optimize the run. That's really cool. Like when I was first speedrunning Downpour, there actually weren't all that many people. Okay, this is really annoying. The way you like go up in the water. What is up with that? Oh yeah, when I was first like speedrunning Downpour, I feel like there was like very little effort being put into optimizing the runs. Which, you know, I can't expect everyone to like try super hard to like find every little time save, but you know, I might be like finding tech and be like, hey guys, you could do this little trick here to save a bit of time, and they're like, it looks dangerous. I'm not gonna do that. So it's cool to work on speedrun together, even if it's, you know, 2 years late. Hi, Deadfish. Are you? Yo, hold on. Is that a creature flaying, or is that just Rivulet being Rivulet? Or if that's ever useful. I guess if there happens to be a jetfish in the way, because this plank is actually really difficult. Just kidding. Also, that angle that I got was like perfect. This is probably the hardest plank because you're right next to the water. And if you do a backflip, you're going to be spinning. And that can happen. I guess you have to actually wait for the waves to go down. Like, I can't do it now and maybe now? Nope. Maybe like throw boost? Yeah, then you're not going far enough. Haha. Thread the needle. I gotta practice getting out of the water here. My goodness. I still had so much speed. Why was I like sliding? Did I like land on a slope? So for most of these rooms, if you go as far as you possibly can, you end up hitting the far right wall. And you need to like go back to the pipe, which is probably still faster than most other alternatives. That I just went straight up, so I'm gonna land back in the water. Maybe that's like I should try to purposely chain another plank if that happens. Like let's say accidentally. Like, oops, I didn't mean to go up that high. Yeah, that's really hard. I think my strategy is to hold right and then hold left at the very end. Or maybe I should try holding backwards sooner. Please hit the plank, actually. I'm hitting jump too early. Or maybe not. If I time that properly, I'd land basically right on the pipe. But it also depends on the starting angle. Like, that was really steep angle. And I was holding left, but I still went to the far right wall. That's probably a good angle. Yeah, if I held backwards a little bit earlier, that would be good. Really, it's just like aiding any kind of plank is good in that room. As long as you can skip the middle island, because it's a huge pain to be on that island. Because it's like 10 salamanders. This slide bounce is I really like the slide bounce, but it's really hard to do on a short platform. Although I should have more leniency if I'm turning around. Okay, just kidding. I keep getting turn storage though. So I guess it's not bad. You either get a slide bounce or you get a backflip, right? Or nothing. That was a lot slower. There we go. That is actually significantly faster. And you can press jump really early. Okay. 4.1. That's a big improvement. There's a kelp over here, so you want to move out of the way fast. Don't let the jellyfish bite. I said don't let the jellyfish bite. Biggest challenge is entering a pipe downwards. You know, in Rubicon, this is like really out of the way. You know, in Rubicon, there's some rooms where the lava is upside down. I sometimes wonder if it's possible to plink on that lava. Obviously, it kills you, but if you were like invincible for like using some sort of like dev console, I think lets you be invincible. If you were Rivulet and you were invincible, and you somehow got into the like jumped into the water, could you plink? Or do you need gravity to be going down into the water? I tried testing it out, but you can't use Jolly Co-op on Taint campaigns, so I think I would have needed to enable another mod for that. In's Pebbles? Okay, I don't know how to Jolly Co-op on In's campaign either, and I'd actually rather not go there. Is there just upside down water? Yo, that bounce. On chocolate co-op? Yeah. I stopped, like, I lost all that speed instantly. Yeah, I didn't really go that far either. Nice slope physics. That's a good angle. Okay, I remembered how to do this again. Just kidding. How stupid it'd be to do that in a real run. Still pretty fast, honestly. Oh, I forgot. Do the funny tech. Do the funny tech. Yeah. Oh, thing. This category is just gambling. Not just this category. Alright. Shoot, I forgot what I did in this room. Okay, fall. Do that. Why does that happen twice? Fine. We adapt. We improvise. Okay, let's go gambling. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. I had an idea for a mod recently that I don't know how difficult it would be to create. But you know that one clip of like that one room in Outskirts where you do like the boost off of the pole, and there's like 20 Slugcats all at once doing the movements, or like doing different variations of the same room, right? What if there's a way to like have a mod that records your movements in a way that it could be rendered just as the Slugcat alone? Maybe like saves a video, or maybe not a video. Maybe it would. Maybe just save a video where it's the same, like only renders the Slugcat, right? And nothing else in the world. And that way you could get a lot of people together to do runs with that mod, record their gameplay, and then overlay them all on top of each other. And you'd probably sync it up so that it only shows one room at a time. Like you wouldn't let people get ahead so that they're more spread out. You don't want them to all be on screen always. Let me check if I have any remix settings I need to change. Not possible, yeah. So yeah, this one is allowed. That one is not. I think the biggest problem that I'm going to face is forgetting to eat food. I guess if a centipede ends up being in a right spot, they're like the perfect thing to eat. Because they're going to be way faster to get food from than bubble fruit. Let's go gambling. Imagine if you were awake during this cutscene, you could plunk the moment you fell into the water. So I had an idea for a speedrun category where it's plink in every single region where you can. It's like you plink in drainage, you plink in shoreline, you plink in garbage waste, you plink in outskirts. Everywhere you can plink, you do plink. Farm raise, subterranean. That would be a fun meme category. Okay, this is not very good swimming. Because, you know, the aquatic silica is so easy to control underwater, as we all know. Good idea for a challenge? Honestly, I would support that challenge for once. Plinks aren't impossible to do. A lot of casual players do them accidentally. I have a request for all the challenge people on the Rivulet server. Please make good challenges for the watcher. Don't make them stupid. And take your time with them. They're like, oh, this is fun, let's just make it into a challenge. No, I want them to actually not make me suffer for once. That's, yeah, don't slide past directly into a wall. I think I will take the top routes. No. No, the wall pounce. Okay, this is kind of a bad run already. Yep. Should I try the plank? No. That's fine. Ooh. That vulture. Oh yeah. I don't think the creatures are going to be a problem unless there's like a white lizard in this room. I guess he'd probably be more worried about a blue lizard. That was weird, but it worked. Hey guys. See, it's not a problem. I got it. I got the fruit. I would like to eat earlier so I can do the plank in that room. I do like that one. Good Kata. Shelter, shelter, shelter. (10 millisecond, 90% record. I much prefer challenges that are like single like session over a long period of time, where it's not necessarily a hard challenge, but it adds restrictions to your gameplay, and maybe you have to play through the whole campaign, right? Can you plug in the Void Sea? Yes, you can. It's actually a huge time loss in speedruns. Like the pacifist challenge for Hunter. I really like that challenge. Because if you fail the challenge, you just restart the cycle, right? If you accidentally kill something, just restart the cycle. You can just keep going, right? The only fail state is if you take so many cycles that it Oh, come on! I actually really need to get this plank. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm just not a huge fan of the challenges that are like really short and really difficult or like inconsistent to set up. Like any of the ones that rely on like bat pinning. Like, yep, this is a hard glitch to set up, and when I finally do set it up, there's only a small chance that I'll actually be able to use it properly, you know. And the challenge just becomes resetting the same cycle over and over and over again until you finally get lucky, right? And that kind of thing is not fun. It's not challenging either. Whoa, that's huge. That was super ideal. That's probably the fastest that room has ever been completed. We've got it. Let's go gambling. It paid off. I forgot. I just didn't know what to do for a second. There we go. Is this still a PB? Okay, this sub 7 is probably possible. Stop loading. Okay, that's already a PB. Oh. Hi, Moon. If I hit the plink, like that one room took like 20 seconds before I got the plink. Maybe not 20 seconds. It took a while. I missed like most of the plinks, and that was still such a good run. But also, I cannot expect to get that same last water room again. That was crazy. How did I not get stunned? Did I just like land in the pipe? Actually, I want to watch that again. That's like a gold split that you can never beat again. Yeah. Huh, I'm surprised I didn't go out of bounds, actually. Well, let's do another run. Also, creatures, I don't think any creatures were a problem at all, except for maybe scavengers. And the jetfish. Bottom path is a lot more dangerous, definitely. Unless like a lizard was in a really bad spot, like by a pipe. Hypothetical perfect plink, yeah, pretty much. And also I picked up a bat fly at some point, and that was pretty good for food. Like, oh, I have a bat fly, I might as well eat it, right? I need to eat something. Nope, stop. I think that was not a time loss. Or a time save. that was slightly better swimming. I don't like that little bit at the end where I got stuck to the ceiling. I would rather not have done that. Snail boost. That's not new tech at all, by the way. Oh, I didn't get enough jump boosts. Oh. Oh, what was that? That was a huge jump. Did I get 2 wall pounces with the same jump input? I think I only pressed jump once. Hi. Nope, that was, I didn't even enter the water. Oh, that was even worse. Hi, I did not expect you. Also hi. I would like to... Oh, here's some bubble. I'll grab these. There we go. When do I want to eat these? Does it matter? I guess I'll hold on. Oh no, I'll probably drop them at the plank. Here's an item. Oh, no! Oh, he missed. I got blocked by the scavenger's body, but we're still chilling. Kind of a long stun, but it's all good. Okay, I think that might be better. I'm not sure. I think it all depends on the planks, really. Yeah, if you have a snail on the floor and you pounce into it and then jump immediately, you get a huge boost. It's like probably even further than a riveted wall pounce. That was minor time loss. Stream lag? Not that I noticed. I'm recording anyway. Don't worry about the run being lost. I don't actually know if that was faster or not. That was pretty good. Enter the pipe, please. Did that wave that the jetfish makes actually mess me up? Possibly. Or just mistimed, of course. Hi, creature. I'm holding on to items anyway if I get grabbed by the kelp. Did they stun me? I'm actually stunned. That's also a good angle. Okay, okay. I'll take that, I'll take that. I pressed up too early. Stop. Stop. Hey, okay. Calm down, man. Hi, Moon. About 10 seconds. Okay. I feel like that should have been a little bit faster. There are still problems, but all the points were pretty good. I think that even if this run had mistakes, it's a good enough example of what's possible and like what the route should look like roughly. And it's a pretty big improvement over my original run anyway, so I think we're done here. I could keep doing attempts. I think I probably want to end the stream though. I am intrigued by the better hosting mod. That should hopefully fix Rain Meadow. I might actually want to do something with Rain Meadow soon then. I'm not sure if anyone has ideas. If we just want to do like some campaign like Spearmaster or actually no, the downpour campaigns are less stable, right? Last backflip, that'd require me to time the landing of the east slide pounds. But that probably is better. That's true. But yeah, I do like the idea of trying out some more Rain Meadow again. And we only have, what, like 5 streams left? Or no, 1, 2, 3, only 3 streams left before the Watcher. After that, I won't stream for a few days, and then I think I'll stream some other game, maybe. I'm not sure. I'll probably be busy just playing Watcher, because I'll be recording it first, of course. And maybe also like disconnecting myself from the entirety of the internet. I'll probably have to like turn off Discord notifications. Or at least like confirm like if certain channels are like spoiler free or no spoilers. I don't know. I could play Cogmind. That way there'll be like no viewers and no one will have a chance to spoil the Watcher. That's a good idea. But yeah, that's roughly the plan. I might do some other speedrun stuff or Meadow, and then when the Watcher releases, I'll be recording that, and then do some other game for a while, and then after maybe 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks is roughly the time that I've decided on, unless there's like way more content than I think there will be. If the Watcher just has a ton of content and I'm playing it for that long, then I'll probably wait an extra week or 2. But we'll just have to see, you know. But you know, the downpour campaigns didn't really take that long to complete. And that was like 5 characters. So yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. See ya.